Hey everybody, welcome to the Top 11. Today we're going to go over the top 11 most useful life hacks. Who doesn't want to have energy-saving, carefree, and laid-back lifestyle? Sometimes doing the everyday tasks the old-fashioned way is actually not worth the time. So thank the Lords there are a few internet geniuses out there who have dedicated their brain cells to making life simpler for lazy oafs like us. This video will offer true learning of these amazing life hacks. Here are some of the most useful life hacks that we're not embarrassed to say we've tried at one time or another. Okay, maybe slightly embarrassed. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the craziest life hacks that I've ever seen. Use rubber band to limit soap dispenser output. Soap is actually highly concentrated, and when used in large quantities, it's not healthy for your skin. It's also extremely unnecessary using as much soap as most people use, and the soap dispenser doesn't aid. Most commercial soap dispensers are engineered to pump out more in one go than you'd want to wash your hands properly, and this is unlikely to change anytime soon. If soap companies know you're using more soap than you need, you're going to go out and buy more easily, so they don't have any reason to improve it. However, there is an easy DIY trick that many consumers do to save money on soap and not have their dispenser pouring more out than they need. You just wrap a tiny rubber band around the soap dispenser's handle. This keeps the pump from moving all the way down, allowing you to get closer to the quantity of soap you really need to wash your hands. 10. Use toothpaste for cloudy headlights. Cloudy headlights can be the difference between life and death in extreme weather conditions. Proper lighting is a vital part of a storm's navigation. Organic road debris and sunlight UV rays strip the protective layer over time. Instead of wasting money to fix the blurred ones, we've got useful information with a tip you can use so that you don't look like a deer in, well, headlights. The logic of this DIY trick isn't any more complex than the notion that toothpaste can clean a little more than the dentures. Firstly, with soapy water or a cleaning solution like Windex, wash the headlights. Next, to scrape the top layer of soil, use a sponge. Apply a dollop of toothpaste on the headlights. You just need a small portion, about the same as you use every day ideally. The most successful alternative is toothpaste with baking soda. Get to the brushing then. More generous applications of toothpaste may be needed for harder stains. 9. Chapstick Money Stash Keychain. If you're like me, sometimes you just forget about your wallet. Don't worry, you can quickly transform the used chapstick tube or lip balm into a keychain that holds some emergency cash. With a pair of needle-nose pliers, cut the plastic disc inside of the tube. Next, use a small blade to take off the spinning wheel at the bottom of the tunnel. This will show a small hole in the middle of the bottom of the tube. Hot glue the coupling into this hole, and this is where the tube is going to be connected to your keyring. All that's left is to add some cash. 8. Drilling a hole in the bottom of your trash can to prevent sticking. You could use this tip if you've ever had trouble getting a trash bag out of a can. We all understand the struggle. You're trying to pull and pull, and the bag isn't going to come out. Often you eventually manage to jerk and yank and it comes out but goes everywhere, or the vacuum pressure is too high and it rips. Now you've got a big mess all over the kitchen to clean up and a lot of needless frustration. For those who think this problem is unavoidable, we have a simple solution. There's an easy trick that can fix your issues. Only cut a small hole in the trash can's bottom. This keeps air from being stuck and creating a vacuum that will ruin your day and leave you all over the place with a smelly mess. Make sure to drill the hole high enough from the bottom that any stagnant fluids leaking out of the bag would not fall to the ground. Otherwise, you might end up with another messy and smelly problem to solve. 7. Wooden spoon to avoid boiling over. This trick is an old classic for a good reason. Dating back to long before life hacking became a trend, a wooden spoon has been used to put across the pot by generations of home cooks to stop it from boiling over. No, that's not a magic trick, and even a spoon can't save you if your boil is out of balance. But the spoon manages to burst the bubbles, and until they slowly build to the overflow point of a regular boil that creeps above the surface. As the saying goes, a watched pot never boils. And why not just leave your spoon behind to hold those bubbles at bay when you are surrounding yourself with other things? So far, have you tried any of these top 5 hacks? Tell us in the comments. Now let's move on to the other most amazing life hacks. 6. Vacuum into stocking to find lost items. We've all gone through this nightmare. You put on your glasses and they happen to fall apart. To your surprise, one of those tiny screws has gone down. The point is, we've all misplaced tiny things before, and finding them can be a pretty hard task. If it's a precious thing, chances are you're putting a complete moratorium on vacuuming or sweeping. But in fact, your friend is the vacuum. By putting a stocking over the tip of the nozzle, you can use the airflow to locate small items, with the stocking acting as a shield to stop the vacuum from sucking something into the chamber. 5. Using chips to start a campfire. Yes, you've heard that right. Whether you're going for camping or having a night out with friends on the beach, one of the struggles is to light a fire if you don't have the necessary tools. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Obviously, no one wants to give up on their delicious snacks, let alone watch them literally be devoured by the flames. But if the option is between freezing with nothing but a salty snack all night to keep you warm or the comforts of a comfortable campfire, the choice is simple. Because of the high fat content and the dry nature of chips, especially corn chips like Doritos or Fritos, they are a good option to get a fire going when there is a lack of inedible alternative. They also have a surprisingly nice controlled burn to them as a bonus. 4. Using airplane mode to stop an accidental text. This is an era of technological advances, but with all this supposedly easy-to-use consumer technology, there are countless opportunities for blunders. Texting is nice and all, but there's nothing more humiliating than sending out a message to the wrong person, particularly if the text you've sent is about the person you're wrongly sending it to. If you happen to face such a misfortune, don't freak out, you just need to act quickly. Swipe up immediately and press the tiny airplane mode button. You just got a few seconds, so you've got to act quickly. This trick of stopping messages doesn't always work. Text messages are sent much quicker than pictures and other media messages. If you send media, photos and videos, you'll have a few more seconds, but if it's just a message, you'll have to act quickly. 3. Perfume your hairbrush instead of showering. We've all gone through this struggle. If your alarm goes off late, there's no time for a shower. You're in a hurry. You go to the bathroom and there are no clean towels, which means that getting wet will be very unpleasant. Maybe the roomies have used all the hot water. Or, no judgment, maybe you really don't feel like showering at all. Usually dry shampoo is the solution, but maybe you ran out or were too lazy to get a little bit more. If you're self-conscious of your hair and are worried that it might have that distinct few days without washing smell, spraying your hairbrush with perfume will do the thing. Start brushing. A lovely fragrance combined with a brushed out look can make you fooled. 2. Use TUMS for mouth ulcer. If you've ever had a mouth ulcer, you know how awful it can really be. You just don't really realize how much you use your mouth unless you are continuously made conscious of it through pain. A simple cure to help keep it safe is rinsing with salt water, but it doesn't always help to relieve the pain. Enter TUMS. At some point, you've probably taken these chalky little tablets to relieve an irritated stomach. But did you guys know they perform minor miracles in terms of mouth ulcer pain? Keep it against the wound and allow it to dissolve. It'll help neutralize the acids that cause the pain to intensify. You will definitely be amazed by the results. These were the top 10 so far. Which one did you like the most? Let's move on to the last life hack on our top 11 list. 1. Use vinegar to keep jeans from fading. Whenever you pay half of your paycheck to buy those indigo-dyed salvage denims or paid chump change to get a pair of black denims, the real struggle is to maintain the original hue. Over time, water itself will wash away the denim dye, and soap will just speed up the process. Instead of cleaning them, try dipping your jeans in cold water and vinegar. Yes, you heard it right. Vinegar indeed. In a cold water tank, add 1 cup of white vinegar and soak your jeans for approximately an hour. After your jeans rinse, hang or lie flat to dry, and don't worry about smelling like vinegar, the odor goes away. This approach locks in the color of the dye, keeping your jeans dark and keeping your furniture clean. You've just watched the top 11 most useful hacks. Please subscribe to the Top 11 YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our amazing videos. Check out this playlist of my personal favorite videos on this channel about some really crazy and interesting clips. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.